Kimberly Toko, Tenacious T, on That Bitchin' Real Estate Show. And I've got 5 minutes with Troy Casey. And Troy,
Yes.
you are an Atlantean, son of Zeus, rider of dolphins with an Arcturian heart. Mr.
Wow.
Flower of Life.
Wow.
So, yeah, you were speaking my language when you're talking
Wow.
about your sacred geometry. So I want to get weird and
Yes.
talk a little bit more about that.
Okay. All right.
Get ready for the real estate show that takes you across the barriers and into the danger zone. That Bitchin' Real Estate Podcast with your host, Tenacious T.
So I've never done the Aya, Nanaya, whatever that stuff is, but I have had a spiritual journey. I have been fortunate enough to start to learn how to enter the portal and call on my spirit guides. Metatron is one of mine that I connect
Yes.
to. Gaia, I see her as your lover. For those out there that do not know, she is Earth. She is nature. She is life. And we are here to support her. And also what resonated was cleaning the instrument because we were meant to be multidimensional. So please share with me your thoughts on that.
Actually, a lot of what came to the cover for me is very intuitive, and we're doing some research on the book cover right now, and the information that we got back is very resonant with. It was an inner knowing, and the fact that this is coming out like that from the vision. If I showed you the mock-up cover of this, it makes this look like a Cheerios box, right? And so there's magic that's happening in that right now. So I'd be very interested to know what you have to say about Metatron, because that will...
Again, I'm a beginner in all of this. I know that when I went on one of my first spirit journeys, he was the light for me. He says, you are a light worker, and I will be working through you with the light. My heart is that of an Arcturian as well. Michael, Archangel Michael is another. Jesus is another. So I have many, but Metatron calls to me. I feel that voice more than any other. And especially 13 is my big number, and you know that there's 13 in our... I don't know all the names of them, but the flower of life, again, the
There's
13.
a flower of life in the center of this.
Yeah. So that's what I know thus far, that it speaks to me, and the research that I've done, we are all part of each other.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
We're all interconnected.
Go
The
ahead.
cover is designed to activate the God presence inside of everyone.
This is the year of completion. We must have everything in place this year. So it is up to us to change humanity one person at a time, help them remember their soul path, who they are. You are the one who originally I followed your steps with the Purium and started cleaning out my system. I'm mainly plant-based. I still do fish and eggs. But my reception is so much better, and I see you as one of those huge, I'm going to call it Jesus people because he looks like one, but you are one of the ones that is very important in this world and in your message, and especially to the men. But I would like to see a little more women involved in your groups too. But yes,
Well, we started the Women Tribe,
Yeah.
Unite, and my wife is helming that right now, and we're going to get back to much more groups, and we're going to come back out here to Scottsdale as well as soon as the book platform is all built out.
Yeah.
And but you're doing amazing work. I appreciate you.
Thank you. When I think of you and your wife too, because I've watched you recently, I think back to the most peaceful times in my research, the Egyptian times when the men and women ruled equally. And you're on that forefront, man. We're following you. We're watching you. So, President, God, really, can we just avoid the whole thing and just make you your own kind of Gaia king or something?
Well, the thing about President of Planet Earth is
Right.
it's actually some tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
You know, I'm a
exactly.
comedian at heart.
Yeah.
I started out doing stand up, or I ended up doing stand up in my acting career. And president of planet Earth is just to run right along the circus.
Yeah.
As the Democrat, they got no Democrats that's going to hold any water, and you know Trump is just going to do his thing, and it's all a big circus, anyways. It's all a big popularity game. Look at the Kardashians. We are in sophomore consciousness with humanity right now.
Who are the Kardashians? I don't watch them. Who?
Well,
No, I got you, though.
Everything just is, you know, it's a popularity game.
It is.
You know, we're living in selfie culture.
Yep.
And so I'm going to play a little bit along with that. I've got my 6-pack abs.
I got my eyelashes on today. I hear what you're saying. We got to play that game. Yeah.
So you play the game to a certain extent, and you know, you have to be able to absorb into the culture to have any kind of influence. And so, and then I always get a real big kick out of this whole presidential race, and it's just a big joke,
Yeah.
and it's a big media frenzy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to run right alongside of it. Nobody can run against me unless they want to run against themselves.
It's going to be really fun to watch, man. I'm going to vote for you.
And everybody can run with me,
That's awesome.
right?
Let's bring the light to the world. Yes, absolutely. Can I ask you a few more questions?
Yes,
They're
please.
a couple of my famous questions. They're
Shoot
from
away.
In the Actor Studio. You
Yes,
should know
Kimberly.
them. What is your favorite word?
My favorite word? My favorite word.
One that goes through your head a lot. Okay, yeah, that works too. Why is that your favorite word?
Because it has so much punch to it.
Yes,
It has so much
yes.
impact.
Yeah.
I really like efficacy in language. I like efficacy in messaging. I like efficacy in marketing. I like.
Do you remember in the 80s, they published in its many uses. And because it is so versatile, it can be used in any type of expression. We're going to have you back on my show to talk about that.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
I do love a good myself. So what is your least favorite word?
My least. Can't.
Can't. Yes, that doesn't exist. Yoda says there is no try, there is just do. So there is no can't.
Yes.
You either do it or you don't.
Yes.
I'm curious to know this one. What is your favorite sound?
I think it's the sound of my own voice cooing.
It would be.
I do that when I'm in the Amazon a lot. I really hum. I hum because I soothe myself. It's like self-soothing.
Isn't it also a healing technique?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's hear it. Do it.
It vibrates my whole
Yes.
chest
Yeah, it does.
and my head too.
So he likes to hum. He likes the word f***. He probably likes to f***.
Yes.
So
I love
I
it.
told you I was being candid. And then if you could choose, it can be a celebrity, it can be someone personal, someone dead or alive to have dinner with, who would it be and why?
I guess it would be Nikola Tesla because I believe that free energy is probably the linchpin to setting humanity free.
Yeah.
And over the years, you know, I've been speaking about it over the years a lot, and I'm not an engineer, but then I realized neither was Steve Jobs. And so you can be an idea man and call forth a vision.
Yeah.
And so, and I realized, you know, I watched Nassim Haramein and I watched some of these other mathematicians and physicists, and people, you know, really talk about it on the internet, but I don't see anything really moving forward. So after I run for president of planet Earth, I think I'm going to usher in free energy.
Absolutely. You know what I believe about visions? It's actually, we have been there. We have jumped to that dimension in time. We have seen it. And it is up to us to figure out how to actually make it come to fruition. So it
Yes.
has already occurred. And
Yes.
we have already seen it.
Yeah, that resonates completely
Yeah.
with me.
Absolutely. Time traveler, man. So let's see. You ride the Dolphins. You're son of Zeus. You're an Arcturian, an Atlantean. And now we know you're a time traveler. So,
Yes.
all right. Awesome. That was an amazing interview. Thank you for joining me for this quick little tidbit that I will be airing soon. Yeah, it should be interesting. This is Kimberly Toko and Troy Casey. Going to change the world, man.
Thank you so
Let's do
much. Yes, absolutely. Abracadabra, for example, which is a magic, right? Abracadabra means your word is your wand. That's the literal translation of that. Your word is your wand. Let's look at magic, which is alchemy, the ancient alchemical formulas: love, truth, wisdom. All the ancient learned people of the day, whether it was Newton, Descartes, Da Vinci, they all studied Neoplatonic philosophy before the industrial age school system was set in place and public universities were available. The great minds of the past studied Neoplatonic philosophy, which is alchemy. The first rule of alchemy is focus creates reality. And so in the formula, love, truth, and wisdom, you have to know what you love or have a vision of where you want to go. That has to be held in place. You never let your dream waver. So you have to have a vision, your love of where you want to be. Then you have to be truthful and honest with yourself, looking in the mirror of where you're at today in relationship to what you desire, what you love. And when you hold that tension, by law, that tension must be resolved, and it goes into wisdom. So love, truth, and wisdom. You gain that wisdom. And you've heard it before, many successful people that say, it's not once you reach your goal, it's who you become on that journey to reaching your goal. And that's where the wisdom is. It galvanizes your soul. It's really a spiritual journey. That's why I love business and success, because if you don't have anything to wake up for in the morning, you could just go to a job and complain about your work and pound your coffee and be all stressed out and overweight and not be able to afford half the stuff that you desire, et cetera, et cetera. Live a life by default instead of living by design. So, one of the greatest things that I recommend people do is write their eulogy, become the author of their own life, become the authority of your own life, and use that imagination. I think Einstein said imagination is more important than knowledge. And so utilizing that imagination of what the heart desires, right? Not just a bunch of mental constructs like, how am I going to monetize that? And, I want my own yacht and Rolls Royce and stuff. And it's like, that's just a material construct. What is it that your heart truly desires? What is it that you want to feel? And what is it that you want to create? You have the power imbued with the Creator to create anything that you want. Obviously, we can make life, we can make babies, we can make ideas. Everything. We're in a high-tech studio right here. Everything that we see in this studio came from the mind of the man. So whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So mindset is everything.